As I told you, I am not alone. I am still with my partner, Bradan Moyane, who is live for us at the Nasrec Expo Center. Bradan, today being day 3, obviously the ANC looks to have lost about 24 hours of its elective conference. But I don't know about you, Bradan. What I find interesting is what Mkhize has just said to Aviu Mdila. He is, of course, part of the PEC in Gauteng. He didn't make it to that top spot as he was going against Panyaza Lesufi, who today is the head. It looks like President Cyril Ramaphosa is losing support. There's some dwindling happening there because he's not being mentioned quite a bit. But another thing I've noticed, I'm hoping you'll be able to ask Lukhona Mnguni there in studio, is that we haven't really seen in the past 3 days the former health minister, Dr. Mkhize, too often at this conference. He seems very quiet, obviously quietly negotiating with different provinces to make sure that he takes the top spot.
Yeah, good afternoon, Masiho. Welcome back here to our makeshift studio at Nasrec, here, eNCA, DSTV channel 43. Indeed, there's new dynamics, what we're picking up, and you've mentioned Lukhona Mnguni, our analyst, who was with us a short while ago. He'll be back a little bit later. The point is, seemingly, including from the interviews that Muluku Muloto did, that Slindelo Masigane was doing, and Aviu Mdila, it looks like there's some divisions in some of the ANC provinces of the ANC, including the likes of Limpopo, including the likes of the Eastern Cape, along the side of Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, the incumbent, and it all is depending because on some of the slates or some of the names that have been mentioned either for deputy presidency and other roles and like chairperson, there's now a difference of opinion. And it was very interesting to hear from one delegate from Limpopo saying that my vote kisipirisaka, instead of saying I've got a mandate from my branch, he said no, it's my secret vote. So we're going to have to wait and see when that voting happens. But Masiho, I'm joined here in studio here at Nasrec by 2 delegates, okay, of the ANC. They should be making their way anytime now soon as delegates are returning to Inside for those commissions discussion. And maybe for this hour we could start with them so they can be free. And one of them is a new name. I'm saying it's a new name in the sense of the new top 7 roles. Now there's going to be 2 deputy secretary general positions as approved by the ANC delegates when they amended their constitution yesterday, from what we've been told by Pule Mape. She's been nominated for the second, let's call it that, for the second deputy secretary general role of the ANC, Marupini Ramaphosa, and she's joined here in studio with me by a youth leader of the ANC, Fasia Hassan. So ladies, welcome, good afternoon. Marupini, let me begin with you. Were you surprised to be nominated or were you asked by your branches before this? Because the role of the second deputy secretary general was not there. We were all talking about the top 6 and stuff. The top 7 happens now. Just take us through the process for yourself.
The ANC Women's League as an organization did make a contribution, and also at the National Policy Conference, that we would like to see the expansion of the officials of the ANC to 7. So it was part of what we actually sponsored to this particular conference. So of course we didn't have a name then, but we knew we wanted to have that and we wanted to occupy that. So when the nomination was done, of course, I was honored and I was very excited to say that what we thought of and what we believed should actually happen as the ANC, and myself as an individual, of course, is actually going to take place. But it's not only going to take place, I'm also honored to be nominated by branches who believe that I can actually play a meaningful role in that particular position.
Yeah, I mean, you've been the coordinator of the Women's League. Since July, was there discussions within the Women's League to say, if we get this, you should put your hand up?
Of course, the Women's League went all out to go and lobby many provinces and many branch delegates to ensure that at least we do get this particular nomination. If it wasn't of the ANC Women's League role, I don't think that this would have happened.
Yeah, and you'll be going up against Ronalda Nalumango, who's currently heading up the interim structure in the Western Cape of the ANC. If you get the role, if you get voted in, what would you bring to the top 7?
I would bring, of course, the years that I've served the ANC in different positions and in different structures of the ANC, because I grew up in the ANC Youth League, as I was saying, from 2008 and I think until 2013, I served in the National Executive Committee of the ANC Youth League, yes, and I was also the founding member of the Young Women Desk of the ANC Women's League. So I've also led the ANC Women's League in provinces, and I'm now its coordinator. I'm also a PC member of the ANC in Limpopo, where I was born. So I do believe that I've got impeccable experience that would be able to assist the ANC to be able to at least deal with issues of organizational growth and strengthening the Secretary General's office, because we do believe, or I do believe, and the ANC Women's League do believe, that if you want the ANC to actually become better, you need to strengthen the Secretary General's office. That is why we are very excited to play a role.
It's
in
the
that
engine
position.
room, after all, the SG office of the organization. Fasia, I will come to you. Don't go anywhere. And Marupini, please stay. We have to go back to my colleague in Hyde Park now. Masiko, we got reporters who are up and about here at NASREC. They've also got other delegates that we're trying to talk to before everybody heads back into the plenary. Masiko.
Thanks, Praden.